+5 casual. What's up? Great job. Shadow Band, Repunge, Bonsal, and the challenges. 5+5. All right, I'm creative. I'm feeling creative today. I started feeling creative last night. Feeling creative. Yep. It's hot. I have very bad hay fever, but I had pretty good sleep, you know, strangely enough, this morning. I overslept. Can we do a fast one first? Oh my god. Such a nerd, dude. Fast one first. You're already wasting my time. Fast haircuts. Bra. Haste makes waste. The King's India, Injan. Knight of 3. Okay. What am I doing? Why am I overextending myself? No. Yeah, I can play f5 here. I never played this though. Although maybe knight g5 is better there. Knight d2 has to be okay. I never played this line. Arismendi beat me once with white. I played knight g5 and I lost with white against him. I think it's the only game I ever lost in this line with white. You know, in some cases, maybe knight g5 isn't that good, but I think it's better here. Okay, g3, this is kind of weird. I mean, it can't be bad. I'm kind of inspired by Planinic, your Yugoslavian brother, Jack. Yesterday we saw. Was that? No, that was a straight up King's Indian. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm a big fan of the King's Indian, though we don't see it much on the stream because it's not really a great opening for fast time controls in my opponent, in my opinion. Hard to play King's Indian well in very fast time controls. But I guess that's true for the other side too. It's better for black than for white, definitely. If you're playing fast chess. Alright, I love the King's Indian, but it's a tough opening to play. This started out as an old Indian. It's actually in English, technically, believe it or not. But I don't like playing d5. Yesterday we saw Joe Gallagher, similar structure, except the bishop was on e2. Joe played c6 to stop knight d5, then didn't play. This is different though. There was no pawn in f5. That was truly a King's Indian. Okay. Yeah, this is different. It's not King's Indian. If there's a pawn in f5, it's like a Dutch English hybrid. But eventually you're just gonna get, bad things are gonna happen, dude. The bad things are gonna start to happen. How about that square? Is that important? This is a mistake. Maybe. I got tempted. I was tempted. I mean, it feels kind of like too good to be true. And even if I put my knight there, what does it do? You're just gonna get like traded off with bishop f1 or knight ce2, knight c1. I bet knight b4 isn't even that great. But Shoemaker's got to get to the barber, so hairdresser, his hairstylist. That's not a good idea. My brother. Is it? Is it a good idea? Could it be a good idea in the long run? I have my doubts. There's no good defenders of this pawn. Which way do I take? Maybe the F pawn. I like this inclusion. Inclusers. Never played this line in my life. Oh. White's king defense seems a bit weakened now. Well, I mean, the point is he does no bishop on c1, so e3 is tricky to protect. If your bishop's like on d2, okay. Now you're begging me to sack the exchange. No, that's not happening. I'm not sacking an exchange. How bad is White's position? You might ask yourself. And you ask yourself, where is my beautiful, how did I get this beautiful White? How did I get here? God, I love talking heads. Bishop d7. Loved. I mean, David Byrne is still going, but what an influential band. Takes a sensible decision. Let bygones be bygones. So now you have no bad pieces, but the problem is you have no space. No bad pieces, but no space. Is that a problem? Where are you going anyway? Going to f4? Come on, no space. I don't have any bad pieces either. Or either, if you prefer. Feeling a little claustrophobic? See, the problem with knights is they need outposts. Without outposts, you have that. And that bishop, that's a good bishop. Look how beautiful your advanced pawns restrict the horses. Exactly. They're corralled in the barn. That's what I'm talking about. Horses. What horses? Right? What horses? I haven't seen any horses around here, Sensei. Have you? There is a horse. There is a good horse here. Oh no. Well, I was. Oh my God! What did I do? Clicked on my profile. I was prepared for this. Now he has one horse. Horse hay. Horse hay. Oh no, horse hay. You can't save both pieces. Or horse hay Zamora. He has one good hay place. In Hungarian, hay, H-E-L-Y. It's pronounced hay. It's like a location. Location, spot, place. Yeah, but now what? Now what? Oh no. Oh no. So, where are you going now? How's your A pawn? You can choose. Save your A pawn or not. Knight C1. Oof, max power. It's equal material. Yeah, this was not a good morning game for Schumacher. Good morning. Sad part is he can't even play knight d4. Isn't that sick? If he plays knight d4, knight takes e3 wins the exchange, at least. After knight d4 and knight e3, knight f5 check is covered by knight on e3 and bishop on c8. So he can't even, like, avoid losing material there. It's unbelievable. Total resigns. I'm threatening rook takes e2, a2, and knight takes e3. His best move was like knight c1, probably. But after knight takes e3, he's hosed. Get out the hose. Those are nice bishops you got there, Sladgie. Yeah, I think bishop takes b4 wasn't so hot. You did like an asterbate. Did g3. You've already naturally sort of set up to play e3. The problem is your d4 pawn, the soft underbelly of your position, is too weak. That's why everybody plays e3. But, you know, I think here in this line, you're better off playing knight to g5. I've always played knight g5. Only the white has a negative score here. Yeah. Alright, have a nice haircut. You know, what you can do, I did against Heinrich Danielson at the, there is an alternative, knight c3. And even though, you know, you lose tempo with your queen, it's actually still better for white. Just a little bit better for white. Danielson played bishop e6 against me. Which was like tricky. Alright. Anyway. Repunj Bansal. Bing! Sensei, 100 for the support of the channel. The English channel. Keep those migrants at bay. Right, Sensei? Too many migrant accidents lately. We've got to support the channel. Oh, this channel. Oh, sorry. Alright. E4. Yeah, Sicilian. But I mean, knight g5 is fine. Here, you know. I've always played knight f3, knight g5 a lot. But against Danielson, I didn't want to be predictable and to try something different. Your opponent offered to take back. What? No. No takebacks. No takebacks. Dude, are you serious? Why do you want to take back? After e4, c5, knight f3, you want to take back? You want to play the Mora Gambit? Why do you want to waste my time? You slipped and you fell. Slipped? Yeah. That's not a slip. Repunch, that's not fair, you know, that's not a mouse slip. That's a mental mistake. And it's not like allowed. You're not allowed to do that. Fine, play this dumb carrot eating streamer gambit. Oh, knight f3. Okay, that's different. I don't even know if that has a name, but it can transpose. So what's the point here? Now I've been forced. I've been forced to transpose to my line. Should I play anyway? Ooh, you got me. You forced me to transpose the line, I play anyway. Crazy. Huh? Of Whereas I have like 4 lines against the Mora that I play. This is the one I play the most and the most reliable, but honestly, I probably would have played something else. It gets boring to play the same thing all the time. I mean, I have had like 2 Mora Gambits in my life, maybe 3. It's really important that I'm well prepared against the Mora Gambit because I'll probably face it at least like 1 more tournament game in my life. There's this disconnect between real chess and chess on lichess. And so practicing how to play the black side of the Mora Gambit doesn't really help me because it's an opening that sucks and no good players play. So it doesn't make sense for me to get a lot of practice playing against it. You know, that's why I'm disappointed when people play the Mora Gambit. Maybe like facing the London would be more useful for me, at least. Oops. But thank you, Sensei. Good to have you back with us. I believe he would get it in the World Senior, surely. No. There was a chance one player could play it against me in the World Senior Team Championship, and they didn't. No repunch. Nobody plays the Smith-Mora Gambit in the real world. It's only like coffee house players and you know, the carrot eating banana guy who has made it his life's goal to popularize the Mora Gambit for some reason. Obsessive compulsive. It's a good opening for beginners if they want to learn how to play for the initiative, but other than that, it's a waste of time. I'm beyond that. I'm beyond the stage where it's useful for me to play against the Mora Gambit. I'm overqualified for this. Yeah, you've played this before. Repunch, like most people, doesn't listen to me. 90% of the viewers don't listen to me. Usually because they're under the age of like 18. Can I play with you? Really? Yeah, absolutely. Just promise not to play the Mora Gambit or the London system. Play something like, useful that might actually happen in a tournament game at the 2400 level, say. I'm saying like play a real opening. Watch it crush in 20 moves. Who, dude? Who is it crushing in 20 moves? Ask yourself that question. Who? Total noobs are getting crushed in 20 moves. Like, no good players are getting crushed in 20 moves by this opening. I knew how to beat it, or at least equalize against it when I was like, already 2300. I mean, I don't need to be an IM. It's ridiculous. Good thing he's not in the stream. Yeah, and Anand should be ashamed of himself. Anand is an embarrassment for drawing a game against the Mora Gambit. Not something to be proud of. Somebody's been watching that loser streams, I think. Waste your time, dude. That's fine with me. My life. You're already too good to play this crap. It's about marketing to like beginners. You don't get that. Marketing to beginners, man. The reason there's a book about that opening and the streamer that I will not name is that the dude is simply marketing himself to beginners. And it's a brilliant ploy, but a waste of time for anyone who's seriously interested in chess and is over like 1800. If you're over 1800, forget about it. Don't play the Mora Gambit. Know how to play against it? Yeah, of course you need to know how to play against it. There are many good systems. It's not like there's one good system against the Mora Gambit either. You know, there's like multiple. So you're like clearly worse with white after 17 moves and groveling for a draw effectively. Great opening. Yeah, it's a good move. I feel like I've seen this before somewhere. We had this before now. Huh? May have gone too far with G5. Yep. Huh? Hard. It's when you can't refuse to change. It's like when a prisoner is in jail and they can't be rehabilitated. Incorrigible is the adjective. Kunj Bansal, after watching my stream for I don't know how many years, refuses to listen. Where his mind is being like poisoned by these morons like Esterman. So I can't help you, you know. You're gonna believe conspiracy theories and stuff like that. You're incorrigible. Strong grandmasters laugh at the Mora Gambit. It's a joke. Nice bishop. Like 10 minutes of my life wasted trying to explain for the umpteenth time that the Mora Gambit is terrible. Umpteenth, to be exact. So you're down a pawn and you have a very bad bishop. difference between our bishops. Some bishops are better than others. So what are you doing here exactly? It's a good thing he has these outposts on f5 and d5. Yeah, I mean, chess, online chess culture is a wasteland. It's that stake. I said the online chess culture is a wasteland. You have really strong discoveries? Oh no. My queen trapped? This is sick. I thought he should play queen e1, but he didn't want to trade queens, and he wanted to protect his pawn on b2. Right, it's like watching YouTube videos. I mean, you know, whatever. TikTok, sorry. By the way, check out my YouTube channel. TikTok. Tactic. He was a tactic. 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 Tactic Ember. King h1. Bishop. I need to fix my knight. A timely move, you might say. This is it, man. The end of chess. This is what happens when you have no attention span and watch TikTok videos about the Mora Gambit. Alright. Oh, he's not resigning. He has a move. Let me see. No. Miro. Miro's back. Anyway, nice to see Sensei. It's nice to have a little bit of a sense of community Mm-hmm. I like to be creative. That's why I invented the Kraken. F5 has its own variation, A4. He really swears by. Now that's not A4. That's your other 4. Your other wing pawn or rook pawn. H4. What can we say about H4? Now that's a good move. H4 should be answered principally. Flank attack should be met by a strike in the center, or play should be directed at the center. It's a mouse slip. No. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. How could it be a mouse slip? Like, what would you be mouse slipping there? H3? Oh, you think it's an H3? Okay. Theoretically, it could be an H3 mouse slip. I would accept that as an answer. The only mouse slip is H3. Know that, like, I hate the Mora Gambit almost as much as the London. So you're really, you're gonna get a lot of toxic hate if you play that opening against me. You should know that in advance. Wunsch Bonsal. Playing that opening against someone is almost an insult at my level. H4 combined with bishop c4. Obviously, I can take. Why would I want to do that necessarily? Honestly, like, bishop c4 is kind of strange, isn't it? Because he's inducing b5, which is a tempo. But at the end of the day, my bishop can't go two directions at once, so pick a diagonal. So I'm not sure. But I think we could say that b5 is a useful move. Now if c5 takes, bishop takes f7. Whoops. Well, I don't mind this move. Now he can put pressure on my central pawn. c5 is not really a good idea. Black a lot of problems with d5 square. So if white sort of comes to his senses here with, let's say, like knight f3 or something, the problem is, I mean, h4 doesn't really make sense. You could trade queens, but I don't really love it. Take with the bishop. Yeah. So what can we say after 9 moves? The h pawn is hanging. It's a little greedy to take that pawn. Not really my style. I don't love taking that pawn, to be honest with you guys. Not really worth it. To open attacking lines for the opponent. I'd rather not. Get this. My opponent's playing like a genius, and I'm making too many routine moves now. He's justified his trash opening. I didn't play this best, you know. It's apparent to me like I should have an advantage by now, and I don't. So, Miro is a creative genius. Although black's still very solid, my decision not to take the pawn, to waste time with h6, it's all very indecisive. White is still not really better, but he has some space. Finally, it cooled down here. It's like it's only 90. It's only 94 degrees in my office, Fahrenheit. All right. Well, the plan was to play bishop g5 originally, but I think I should be considering things like development as well. I need to get my knight in the game, but how? Problem is, knight d7 blocks my ability to play bishop g4, which I didn't like. If I play knight d7, then white plays knight f3, and then what do? Then I play something stupid like bishop f6, and he's playing like g4 or I don't know what. Actually, let's see. Bishop takes, what does he do? Queen d2, bishop takes g5. Allow me to take on e3. Yeah, I get that. Maybe queen b6 now. Queen g5. Dangerous. G5 is dangerous. Lag in development. We have a lag in development. We ought to play something solid. Staying around the king side rather than queen b6. But now what do? a5? Let's just play a4. I can practically predict my opponent's moves. It gives me another square for my knight, though. Knight a6. Unclear. White's playing very, very creative. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's something. 92. Multiple options there. Knight c3 or... If I play knight b4, I'm gonna get trapped. So here, d6. This looks very, very, very dangerous for both sides. What? What is that? F4. Whoa. F4 is really random. F4 is like mega random. I kind of liked his play until that. I mean, F4 is like seriously, you're seriously going over the top there. F4 it was a strange move. We have 15 viewers. All right, guys. I've been live like what, 45 minutes. Queen G3. Nice. Nice move. That's a nice. Now that's a nice move. Oh, I'm attacking your king. Oh no. Oh my god. No way, dude. I can't believe he didn't see it. Dude, you had rook h4 there. Miro, the tactician, missed rook h4. I think that traps my queen, or I have to give up a knight. So sick. What? What? What is this? Now you're doing rook h4? You're winning on the spot with that rook h4 move earlier. Ambulance is coming for someone. Oh my god. Yeah. One blunder. Queen b4. The only good news is that I saw it and you didn't. But man, what a disaster. The whole middle game was basically equal or slightly better for me, clearly better for me. And then suddenly you played that f4. I thought f4 was atrocious. F4 is atrocious. I mean, that's your worst move of the game. I think that the question I have is like, why? Why would you play f4? Like, everything's kind of under control. Like, you didn't need to play f4. It's really random. It's a sharp position with opposite side castling, but f4. Yeah, you got your lucky shot there. It's so sick that my queen is trapped in the middle of the board because of h4, h5. Middle of the board? Well, whatever. In a pocket. Mr. Slow is here. But I thought you played 92 because you didn't want to play knight f3 and get pinned by bishop g4. But with 92, it can also shift to the queen side with knight c3. That's an important advantage. Mr. Slow in the house. In the house. Chess _ lichess has followed. Okay. I'm not opening any emails from them. Alright, so Mr. Slow. Oof. Tough opponent. Okay, he's not as scary in Blitz, but the thing is, he always plays the King's Indian. Yesterday I was doing like poly systems, but I'm not going to do that against him. Poly systems. G6. Called it. Uh-oh. You tricked him into playing a fianchetto Pierce. We probably had this before. It's Benko Fischer. Some King's Indian players don't care, but I think you should care, you know, objectively. It's fine, though. I probably had this against Mr. Slow before. Yeah, we played a lot of games. Oh, man, we passed 300. This is 306. We should have had a celebration for Mr. Slow's 300th game. Now we're up to 306. You know, you can count on your hands how many players on my stream have played 300 plus games. There's like 5 or 6 players. Welcome to the club, Mr. Slow. So I was expecting c5. You're playing in the old school Pierce style. I lost to, how did I lose to Le Quang? Oh, I lost to Le Quang because he played like d4 and I played g6 on move 1. And I didn't think he would call my bluff and play e4, but he did. So I ended up playing the Pierce against Le Quang Liam. Oh, what's his name? Le Quang Liam? Quang Liam? Quang Liam? Years ago, when he was still a mere 24, I don't know, 70 player. I remember that. That was awful. I lost terribly with black. I don't really know how to play. I haven't played the Pierce since like the 80s. I mean, early 90s, maybe. Now you played c5, but I don't think c5 is as good. I don't think it's as good with the knight on d7, you know. You know, no threats, really. I could take. You do transpose to a Sicilian if I play. If I keep the tension here, you take and transpose to a Sicilian. It's like a Dragendorf with knight d7. Dragon with knight on d7 is okay, I would think. I guess I could take with the bishop on d4, that would be weird. But I can't play bishop e3, so I'll get hit by knight g4. So I don't know. My assumption is push b5 you can't play. Right. Central. Uh-oh. No. Structure. Karpov. What would Karpov do? Report to the Russian Duma. Karpov's probably good friends with those in East Germany. Alright. Now what? Rook a2. You can never go wrong with rook a2. You heard that here first. Actually, you can go wrong with it. What's he going to do? e6. I mean, takes. He did it. He did e6. So if I take, you're going to take back with a pawn, allow me to break up a structure with e5. I take with a pawn. Or Uglyville. You took with a bishop, you're hanging a pawn. That's mine. Give me that. That's a pawn. Mr. Slow with the pawn sacrifice. Pawn is pawn. JCAK24. We got the learn command if you're interested in lessons. In Europe, I'm a chess trainer, but in the United States, I'm a coach. I was thinking about that the other day. Trainer sounds more sophisticated. All right, what do we got? Snedsteg with a challenge. Oh, man. Thank God it's Friday. I've been suffering from heat, exhaustion, and severe hay fever allergies. We're registered, in other news, we're registered for the World Senior 50 Plus November. Porto Santo Island. And the Olympiad is coming to Budapest next week. I get to hang out at the Olympiad. I know a few people. I don't even know who the American team is. I'm technically a U.S. chess player because I keep my federation. Played for a U.S. team at the World Team Senior. So I'm an American chess player. Even though I've been living in Europe for 20 years, but I'm an American chess player. Deep cover. It's a deep cover operation. All right, Mr. Slow froze. If this was a casual game, I would assume he was like this. I mean, it is a casual game. If this is an anonymous opponent, I would think like disconnected. I would resign right about now. Sakali. Art Vega from Pakistan, from Twitch, is playing for the Pakistan team at the Olympiad. It's so cool. He's a really nice guy and a good chess streamer and very, you know, I think he's a good influence on people. He teaches people to play, you know, sensible time limits and proper chess. It's cool that he's playing in the Olympiad. So d5. I like how he tanked forever on this move. Tank. Thank you. Knight f4. Allow d4. God, I love this move. Temptation was to play b4. Okay, there's some issues here. I'm gonna fix his pawn structure. I'm gonna fix his pawn structure. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Oh no, he had bishop c8. Man, I didn't really calculate all the ramifications of that move before I played it. Jeez. Okay, that was a stupid idea. But anyway, f3, bishop c8. Jeez. Do I really want to play f3? Looks like I screwed it up. Screwed it up. Bishop f3. Maybe that's better than the other option. Bishop f3 is better than f3. And my next trick, I guess I put my rook on the 7th rank. So that can't hurt. Is queen c8 and interesting move. Ultimately, black sacked a pawn, and he shouldn't really have quite enough compensation, I would think. Can't hurt to have a rook on the 7th rank. And I'm up a pawn. I'll take it. But now what? E5? No. E2? No. Knight D5? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm in deep in enemy territory here. And I'm up a pawn. Is there any reason to take with a pawn? I suppose it would keep his knight and his bishop bottled up a little, but also mine. So when the smoke cleared, I'm up a pawn. Otherwise, the position is relatively equal. It'd be nice to get a win against Mr. Slow. I haven't beaten him in like 3 years. Look at that score. He never loses. They're all simul games. So rook to the 7th. Maybe a little confident thing to do. Rook on the 7th, bishop f6. Then what? You can harass my rook like wherever it goes. That's not good. So other rook to the 7th. Bishop f6 anyway. And then I bring the rook back. Somewhere like where? Rook e2. It's not clear what I should do. Clearance. Clarence. Clearance Thomas. Rook e7, bishop f6. Rook c7, bishop e5. Alright, clearance. Random move. An almost random move. Yeah, he did what I thought he would do. Stay away. Oh my god. Jesus, dude. He's gonna flag me. Well, we definitely messed this up pretty bad, but I think it was even worse. I was even worse at some point. I'm lucky I'm not worse. Incredible. Oh, that's a bishop. He resigned. The end of that game was literally horrible. But I managed to not get a lost position. I really tried my hardest. But at the end of the day, when all's said and done, the game was really okay all the way up until he finally blundered here. Bishop e5. He just straight up hung a piece on a hallucination, and I didn't even take it. Okay, I took it on the next move, but now it's not as good because he has c1 queen. The game wasn't that bad, surprisingly. So what's up with this opening? I mean, this happens so rarely. Rook b8, a4, and then a6. So you're supposed to play b6, a6, a5. How did like White lose all these games, dude? I mean, look at this. White lost 3 games and drew 3. White is like a tiny bit better here. How are these people losing all their games? Okay, Indich was one reason. Stronger player with black, stronger player with black. Strong Peter new queen. Stronger player with black. More stronger players with black. But the opening is a tiny bit better for White. So the question is, should you play b6 first, Mr. Slow? Then there's this Larson Thief. Larson like had this happen in some of his games. You do a6, Bondi Mezarosh. I have a bad score. I lost to Mezarosh twice. Knight a7, bishop b7. Apparently this isn't so bad. Takes, takes. Knight e5. f4. And now knight c4. He played this like perfectly. Wow. Taking loses a piece. Black has knight c4. Mezarosh Andras is a Hungarian IM. It was a really low rating, but I suspect he sort of sandbagged it a little bit, playing like amateur tournaments or something. He's written a bunch of books in Hungarian. Really not a bad player. He beat me badly twice. I beat him once. That's interesting. Anyway, next game. Can you play with me? You can. This is a common question. Ringao 87. Yes, you can challenge me to 5+5. I'm going to be here for another 45 minutes. You can play. You can. You may. Sned stick. Who we got in the win column against Mr. Slow with a lucky blunder. Hungary is like the ambulance center of the world. Because of Hungarian drivers, they have to have like the sirens on louder than really necessary. But it's something compared. I'm so happy about the less noise here in my old apartment. My new apartment had terrible. My new old apartment had terrible noise everywhere. It was a disaster. Now I'm just like baking in 98-degree heat with very bad allergies. But you can't have it all. Either you're disturbed by noise, or you have, since they're playing the old school variation. Yeah, what do I even do against this? Oh yeah. Well, anyway, theory is bishop c5. This is the main line. What do I know? It seems counterintuitive because you give white a tempo to play d4. It's still 40 degrees. It's 30. No, it's just 36 in my office. No, it went down. We had cloud cover today. I even thought it might rain, but no. I looked at the satellite map, and there are some rainstorms in like Croatia or Slovakia. Yeah, it's probably Croatia, but it's nothing here. But it dropped, so it's just around under 30. But in my heat zone, it's very hot. So this is a proverbial question. Black has the option to take the bishop or to give up the bishop and keep the strong knight on e4. I think it's really like kind of like a matter of style. Which way are you going to play this? Strong knight or keep your, go for the bishop pair? So I'm going to play for the strong knight. I don't really know what that entails. Probably castling. But white has a powerful central space advantage and the two bishops. I mean, I think I could play f5. That would leave that pawn in e5 very strong, but f6 maybe. Oh. Counterintuitive. Wait, c4, f6. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I should develop my pieces, right? A strong knight on e4. Great, but what does it do? What do I do? One strong piece doesn't the position make, full position make. Heard it here first. This is the first time I've played like this. I never did bishop takes c3 before. I don't even know if it's a reliable variation. To be perfectly honest, I don't really like this line with bishop c5. I don't know what I like. Okay. Are you threatening me? c4. c4 po. Oh no. No. Can't do that. Now it's like my game with Pop Misha. Pop's colored bishops is a draw. This was this game I played in February against a Serbian GM. He absolutely refused a draw in the last round of this tournament and lost because he was being like rational. I was happy I had a bad tournament and won the last round. Fine with me, man. I offered him a draw in equal position, he wouldn't take it, and then he went on to lose. But it was a Vienna. It was this type of same variation, except the colors were reversed. I was playing the Vienna. I think he was playing the Vienna with black. It was a weird opening, like knight f3, f5, d3, d6, or knight c6. I can't remember. Whoa, what is that? Bro, what are you doing? Knight g5? This could be dangerous. Did not expect knight g5. The white squares are mine, and the dark squares are yours. But you're not playing according to the rules. You're supposed to like take here and do your dark square thing. Do the dark square thing, I do the light square thing. Trying to play on my color. You play for color. You always play for color. That's what this dude said to me in poker last year. Thought I was always playing for flush. You always play for color. Yeah, man. Alright. I only play for flushes. Yeah, white messed up. I mean, do the math. Do the math, bro. Why can't send game for you? I don't know, you're not doing it right. Obviously, because I don't have any like way to block random new people from challenging me. Okay. Play for color. Wait, maybe I should just take on c2. I guess this is serious. You have e6 check. E6 check. Oh, screw that. See, I play for color. Pawn count +1. We're up a pawn, black. I'm not complaining. Yeah. You are lost. Bishop takes c2 is good now. One pawn up. And counting. But I mean, knight g5 was a crazy move. Like, you could have played a normal move, been equal, right? See, I'm not doing anything. People are just collapsing. But that's That's a sensible move. You have this, this. But I do win another pawn. It's 2 for the price of 1. 2 pawns is a lot of pawnage. Multi-pawn. Multi-ball. Do I hear threats against G7? This doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's not happening. On majority. G5. Jeez, I didn't see rook G4. Gee whiz. Careful. That's not a nice thing you did there. Don't like that. Whoa, what's that about? This is exciting. We're up. Pawn. Yes, knight c4. Knight c4, knight d6. Do I necessarily want to allow that? Plus, there's like a back rank mate. Yeah. Alright guys, we have about half an hour left. Taking some more challenges. Resident Spectator and Sun Prism. Resident Spectator. Resident Evil. Resident Evil. Rook A4. Too much bullet check. Bullet check. Too much bullet check. Makes Jack a dull boy. Bullet check. Oh no. Oh no. Bullet check. That's really bad. He resigned. Alright, so Sensei, what happened here in the opening? This was interesting. I'm out of my book. So check this out. No one has played this? Oh yeah. Okay, bishop takes c3 has been played, but it's not the normal move. Knight takes d2 is a thing. I probably played that before. Let's see. Let's see what I played before, right? Oh, I only have 2 games. Wow, what? I'm like, oh, this is the first time I've played this. I played this twice already. Can I unban your alt account? How would I know, like, what it is? Hey, can you unban my anonymous account? Okay, I'll get right on it. Your alt account? Like, well, what is it? why is it banned? So I played bishop takes c3 3 times now. Computer hates this move. It's not that bad though. So c5 is best. Good to know. c5 is best, but who knew that? Yeah, this strengthens your center too much. f6 is a novelty. No. Oh, this guy, The Rock, played it. Rain Stern, or Renee Stern. I don't know how you say that in Germany. If I banned it, then I suspected you of cheating. f6, castles, knight c6, and queen e1, f takes c5, bishop takes c4, d takes c4, queen takes c4. Yeah, why did you play knight g5? That's such a weird move. I banned it because you beat me, yeah. Queen takes c4. Bishop f5. You didn't like bishop f5. Okay. Well, I have another suggestion. Why can't you just take on e5? Well, this is what I thought you would do. You would just take on e5, rook f1, king f1, knight e5, and this should be a draw. This is like my game with Pop Misha. Something like this, you know. Okay, the computer says I'm better or whatever, but it's ops color bishops. It isn't clear. It isn't clear like black's that much better. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you should be able to draw this, but okay, it's not so easy. All right, what do I got? Sun Prism. I need to look at that line more because I don't think that bishop takes c3 is so good. I should play the c5 that the computer recommends there. The problem is it's just not that often that people play the Vienna, and if they do, they usually play like queen f3 or... But I should really look at that more. Sun Prism. Somebody asked me yesterday, what does Sun Prism mean? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, we had this discussion once, maybe. Yeah, I guess Snetstig. Maybe later, exactly. Not in the middle of Blitz challenges. Why don't you send me a message or something? At least with your account name, and preferably not from the band count. B6. Oh no. The modern, really? What happened to the French defense? So what are you doing? Playing the modern? Seriously? Wow. Alright, let's just play, yeah, this is modern, not Pierce. I don't really know what to do. Classical is lame. The classical is pretty lame. It doesn't really offer white much against strong players who know what they're doing. Against Pierce or modern, that's not a good move. That's like straight up masochistic. Just enjoy. You enjoy pain. Play that move. That's I want to suffer. Everything for white is good here. Keep the tension, take, or push. All three options lead to a significant white advantage, I would think. The problem is deciding between them, actually. I like the space. It's a lot of space, you know. Maybe pawn takes. Am I going to have problems with my f4 pawn? My f4 pawn. The other f4 pawn on e5. I'm already in moment. King takes deserves consideration. King takes. You have knight h6. Now, I don't say that era 4-4 not sound. You know our expression here. No pain, no brain. Sorry, no brain, no pain. No brain, no pain. Exactly. Can't even remember my own expression. No brain, no pain. Yeah, that's a beautiful bishop, isn't it? And then I thought you'd see it your way, as they say. Space. Space isn't important. No pain, no brain. No, no brain, no pain. If you have no brain, you can't feel pain. And that's why people who play bullet chess all the time, they don't get better. Uh-oh. Now we have a problem, Houston. What am I going to do about that? I'm a move short, a day late, and a dollar short. But I have knight b5. Okay. This isn't so clear. I see what he did there. That was tricky. May not be that bad for black. See what you did there. No pain, no brains. I guess c4 was a bit unnecessary. A little too much. So knight c6, knight b5. An eye for an eye. He's stopping knight b5. But it gives me time to defend the e5 nugget, which is obviously pivotal for my further existence. And now, question is white better because he has more space, or is black showing that white is overextended here? That's the question. G4 looks very, very dangerous. You have an actual like okay, actual like threat there. This is like a Schmidt Benoni on the other side. I would do like rook b1, b4, and some Benoni structures. It's a kingside Benoni. So if you play that, that's fine. I can cover it. You can't do everything. You know, like you now have only 2 attackers on e5, so I don't have to keep this defended 3 times anymore. If you play knight b4, it's even less attackers against e5, so I could just go back to e1, or play rook e3. It's like hard to find useful moves for black. And I can't attack e5. What he wants to do is get his light square bishop in the game, which I really don't want to see. Oh my god. Oh no. To do? H4, I mean G4 takes, rook F8, takes G6, takes F4. It's not good. Shifting position, I almost have knight d5. We're so close, but yet so far away. So close, yet so far away. Damn it. Alright. No knight b4. Sorry. Now you have a different possibility, knight b3 check. You can play knight b3 check. I can play king c2. And I've stopped knight b4. Now, king d3 is stupid. So I'm not going to go there. That would be stupid. Alright. I never got my knight d5 on like I really wanted to. Sadly. Never got my g4. The whole thing is kind of a fail. Black's okay. That free anyway. Why do I want to do that? Why do I want to do that? Knight d5. Can I do knight d5? I could. It's a piece sacrifice, that's why. Oh my god. h5 is horrendous. First really bad move of this game. That is horrendous. Is horrendous. Horrendix. Why played this move? How bad is h4, h5, h5 for black? Ugh. Hmm? Oh, okay. Let's see whose position is uglier here. Some prism though. Hypermodern, modern defense. Hypermodern, modern. Hypermodern, modern. Nice hypermodern, modern. Moderna. Known for his endgame squeezes. He was going to lose on time. This is winning this game. It all happened very quickly at the end, where I swindled him. 61. This is the only way I can win. And I sort of snuck in there. Yeah. Literally the only way I can win. You were fine entering the end game. You were better before. I was really lucky. I mean, I came close to losing here. G3, and you have maybe F4. But, this is the most horrible move ever. F5. computer hates what I did. It hates e5. Everything's good. Like bishop d3, bishop c4, takes. Asking white to choose a move here is like really ridiculous. Asking me to like pick a move for white in this position is like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I used to like to take and play like bishop d3 a lot in these types of positions. Then you get the Timur Gariev style. But I thought e5 would be really good. It's not that bad for you. And it takes. I was afraid of knight takes e5, c5, honestly. But maybe this isn't so good for you. Huh. I thought you had c5, but I guess it's not so clear. So I guess objectively I should have done knight takes e5. But I thought I was better, and this was an interesting endgame. And then another decision, which way to take with the knight of the king, I don't know. This position is worth, you know, a lichess blog. Oh no, that's only for advertising. Okay, I forgot. This position is seriously worth serious analysis. The engine thinks that king takes is significantly better than knight takes. So, meaning like you have to play c6 to control my knight. Interesting stuff, guys. All right, I have time for one last game if somebody wants to challenge me. Then I gotta go. We'll be back on Sunday with Simul. We'll be back on Sunday with the Simul stream, classical Simul, the best Simul on lichess every week. You sent a challenge, Resident Inspector. Oh, where is it? Okay, there it is. So, Resident Spectator. I don't know why I had the sudden desire to play the Kali system yesterday. Perde system. I like to play different stuff to kind of practice. I know that E3 is it's not a dangerous system, it's not dynamic, but it's fun to practice different sort of formations. I'm not gonna always play something quiet here. I prefer to play C4. So it's not truly a Kali system. It's probably going to transpose to a Queen's Gambit. I don't know what you call this though when you play E3 in the Queen's Gambit. I don't even know what that's called. I guess it's not a semi-Slav. It's not a semi-Tarash. If you play C6, it's a semi-Slav. If you play C5, it's a semi-Tarash. But if you just do like Bishop E7, it's a Queen's Gambit declined. You can also play Bishop D6. Everyone's always afraid to do that because, oh my god, white might push C5. B6. Like a Kolly-Kalinowski in reverse you can play. Basically, I'm black and you're white. G4. If A6, obviously G4. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not Yababa. Bien, bomba S. Bien, bomba S. Teaching you guys Hungarian. What kind of mushroom is this? Alright, so semi-Tarash it is. You thought F5 looked interesting. Everything looks interesting when you're, I guess, imbibing magic mushrooms or something. I just had this yesterday. Thanks for taking it with the pawn. Spineless, solid players play Knight takes d5. This is much more fun. I had a game just like this yesterday, and I had a game in the World Senior last year against Renzo Montalbani. And this is basically a Panov Huracan with reverse colors. I'm playing the black side of the Panov with an extra move. But you could also say it was a Nimzo. I'm playing the Nimzo, essentially. We had a tense game with the Italian I am Renzo, and he was very nice. Good sport. I was lucky and I won. But alright, bishop d6 is the normal approach, although there's also c takes d4, and I think yesterday somebody played a6 against me. Not as bad as it looks. So the problem with bishop e7 is that it's kind of passive, I guess. You can lose a tempo, obviously, later. But I'm not inclined to fix your bishop. If it's on e7, I like it there. It's nice and passive. Stay there. Just stay there. What am I supposed to do about it, though? Takes in b3. My game yesterday. Taking unprovoked on c6 seems stupid. Maybe I have to take on c5. That's kind of lame. This doesn't punish bishop e7. You know, his bishop's on the wrong square. I need a way. Yeah. Don't make me time you out. You're spouting conspiracy theories. You might as well do, like, you know, anti-vaxxing comments. Isolated pawn for black, white wins. The truth is that this position is dynamically equal. I think it's important to be able to play such positions from either side and understand them. Neither side is better here. Neither or neither. So I have knight a4 in some cases. If he tries anything fancy with d4, I have knight a4. Now the moment of truth. So against Renzo, in a very similar position, I decided to take on c6. And I think I'm going to do it again. But bishop e2 is fine as well. My problem is if bishop e2, my knight doesn't really have a place to go. You know, a4. If you're going to provoke me with bishop, you know, a6 and lose tempo, this is obviously a possibility. What am I going to do? Rook c8. My other rook c8. This is straight up Nimzo, what we're looking at here. Just, you know, I'm playing the Nimzo, not with black, but with white instead. And now, you're on your own. Here. We are registered for the World Senior. Porto Santo. November 16th to the 29th. And in other news, the Chess Olympiad starts here in Budapest in a week. Astrobate's never here for the Friday morning streams, is he? GM Smurfette. Okay. That's a sensible move you've got there. The resident spectator. No. Oof. Weird ideas. Queen d3. That's a materialistic move. Can I have a take back? Queen d3 is horrible. Queen a5 is always bad. Sun Prism, are you trolling me? Is that what this is about? I'm very naive sometimes, you know. I didn't know, you know. I wouldn't know if my significant other was like cheating on me or something. I'm just completely oblivious to stuff. First, you suggested that all IQPs are bad, and then you said that Queen A5 perhaps. It was genuine. Oh my god. You know, I always say what I always say. It's one of my Feingoldisms. It's not a Feingoldism, but it's like that. It's like his F5. This literally decentralizes the queen. But you know what he should play is knight e4, and he's got a game. A5, queen a5. It's all the same thing basically. You're responding to my materialistic play, and ultimately I think it's a mistake. So I had this cheapo in mind. Knight g5. But then I saw something. What did I see? See dead people. Anyway, I think he should have played. Knight e4 looked difficult to answer for white. I'm gonna have to play knight g3 and hunker down. But it looks like black's better there. Now he played knight e4. Oh my god, man. I have to take. It's cool. He's like, what? Genuine Nimzo. Funny, I've had some pretty shaky results in these types of Nimzos when I'm black. It's been no exception. Master had that move. Good playing. Choices are somewhat limited in that situation. Oh no. Give me that. Alright guys, I gotta go after this. This was fun. No, it was genuine suggesting. He resigned. Look at this game. This is crazy. This was crazy. It was a perfect game. What happened to my... What happened here? I've frozen and I can't get up. Wow, perfect game. Sladgie with 10 cent upon loss. No, I made 2 inaccuracies. Black made an inaccuracy and a mistake. Wow. But I suspect queen d3 was a mistake. Was that one of my inaccuracies? Yep. Thank God it was just an inaccuracy and not a blunder. Oh, I'm playing like Kramnik. It's Kramnik versus Savchenko. Oh, 1. Oh, no. Geary beat Irvin. Matlikov. Lots of good players. Somebody played queen d3. Rosum and John Piggott. Oh my God, Piggott is this like 65 plus guy. He's in the world. He was in the World Senior. He got IM title at like 60 or something. It's crazy. But queen d3 is a mistake, dude. You missed 94. And I guarantee you that queen a5 is not a good move either. So instead of queen d3, yeah, I figured knight g3. That's what Kramnik played. Kramnik, Malikov, I've seen enough. This is dynamic equality. Is it possible knight e5 is really better? Wow. Knight e5 is the best move. So what does that tell us? You should probably take on f3, huh? Dingley Wren versus Van Foreest. Why don't you take on f3 and double my pawns? This is the normal thing to do. Or a Bobby Vonchuk. White's still better. No. No! I'm gonna have to time you out, Sun Prism. No. There's a real player from Israel who's like Rosem. Okay? He's actually a strong player. He's not a scammer. No, an actual player. I know Eric Rosen is extremely strong, but he makes me look like a grandmaster. Alright. Rook c1, bishop e6, knight e2. You should take. Check this out. Alternative, c5. Dude, that's crazy. That's a pawn sack. So bishop takes f6, queen takes f6, queen takes d5. Now that's dynamic. That's the way you play isolated queen pawn positions. That's the way that isolated queen pawn positions are meant to be played. Don't defend your freaking pawn, you know. You sack the pawn for dynamism. This is the way it's meant to be. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Interesting games. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. See you Sunday. Sunday simul. Thanks for supporting the stream, everybody. Thanks, Sensei, for the donation, 100 bits. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye.